once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love once again. Welcome back to Friday night Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and we're here again. The topic tonight is one that I hope can be a benefit. Let me start off, man. Let me start off. My gratitude to all of you. There's been some activity in the chat early, man. I took a little bit to get going. There was encouragement for me to get started early. I appreciate that sincerely to all of you. The time is now. That was one that I was recognizing. It is time. It is time. And there was someone mentioned it. Mastery. Jack, being a slave to time today, or perhaps a practice of discipline. And admittedly, that is something I was actually contemplating. Because I noticed myself, I was more inclined to start as scheduled today, being a slave to time, but admittedly, it was a practice of discipline. And I recognized that in myself before I even saw your chat. And so I thought that was kind of interesting. My what I realized, there's been a change in me, right? The last few days, I've been processing some things, reviewing some things, not really liking the answers I'm finding, but learning how to accept what I find. And what I realized is, yes, my energies have shifted in the past few days. The universe showed me a bunch of things too, so I'm just processing a lot of stuff. It's just like everyone else, right? We come through these periods and times where it feels a little bit challenging, where the hope and the fire, it just kind of dims down a little bit. But back to the point, what I found for myself is truly, when I'm feeling weak, unmotivated, I tend to obey, right? Obey a schedule, obey a plan. I feel more inclined to conform, even if it's my own plans, my own rules. I feel more inclined to comply when I'm not feeling inspired. And that got me to thinking of the greater society, right? I'm not trying to change anything, but time is now. The time is now for us all. And you know what? Let me address, as far as our friend Jeeps, yes, it's the blue was extended to protect you, my friend. Okay, because I do like you, Jeeps. You've been around so long. It feels funny being blue here. Now, please, I think we're doing all right. It is a transition. It is a transition, and praise God, and this for sure. God is good. God is good. And you know what? Let me go ahead. I'm going to drop the link. I'm not going to do, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Taking actions without thinking things through. There's another pattern I can work on and improve. But regardless, I've still got control. I haven't lost all sorts of control. I have dropped the link. It is pinned, but I'm going to talk a little bit. And the topic today is what I want to really address. Benefiting from meditation and prayer. And admittedly, well, it is a good thing I dropped the link because admittedly, I don't consider myself an expert. Not in the slightest stretch. I'm well versed in what I found, what works for me as far as my practice of meditation, my practice of prayer. I can even explain how I got to these practices, the different things I've tried. Um, but what I've been learning as I practice is the benefits of meditation and prayer. It's something all of us need. Okay. All of us, every single human being alive, we can benefit from more meditation, more prayer. Because what do those things mean? Well, it's the unity. It's unifying your mind, your heart, your being, right? Not just your body, but your being, your sense of being. It's uniting you in different ways, right? Through meditation, what you're doing is there's many ways to practice meditation, many ways um, to perform, to be. I don't know the right term even, because it's not so much a thing that you do, it's a way that you are. Okay. Meditation is not so much a thing that you do as it is a way that you are. Okay. A meditative mind is just a mind that is at peace, and that peace can be found in so many different ways. Been thousands of years of experimentation with people expanding their consciousness, right? Bringing their awareness within themselves to identify all of these different things that I'm trying to explain, right? And again, I'm not an expert. I don't claim to know it all, but I know what helps me in my practice of meditation. If you understand what the goal is, you'll see how often you're doing it. I mean, every one of us, in our own way, we do practice meditation. Is that accurate? Yeah, I think we do. I think we all do in different forms, because there's many forms of meditation. There's many ways of being in a state of peace. And that's what the meditative mind is. In meditation, what you're doing is you're doing two things that seem opposite, right? You're focusing, right? You're focusing your mind. That means your mind is narrowed and it can be attached and real fine tuned. So in meditation, you can focus your mind at the same time as you detach, right? And it seems like that's not possible. How do you focus and detach? Well, you become aware without reaction. You increase your awareness through focus, through detachment, recognizing that every time you focus your mind on a problem, every time you focus your mind on a memory or an idea or an attitude, when you focus your mind on that, you're eliminating everything else, right? Because the mind is limited, but at the same time, it's not. It can go anywhere and it has very few limitations. So the practice is to find the limits of both. How well and how long can you maintain the discipline of your focus? How long can you pay attention to the same thing, even if it's boring, even if it's just your breath? How long can you pay attention to your breathing and nothing more? And that is boring, let me tell you, until it's not. Until you realize, wow, that's a mystery. How do I breathe? What all is involved in that breath that comes and goes without any effort? There's a lot involved in the wind. We don't see the wind, we just see the effects of the wind, just as our breath. We don't necessarily see the breath, don't necessarily see the thoughts, but we see the results of our breath, of our thoughts, in the world that we share with each other. So for me, meditation and prayer, those were the things that transformed my life. Okay. I started out with just meditation because I didn't have faith. I didn't know what to pray. I didn't know how to pray. I didn't know where to pray. Right. It didn't make sense to me. I felt like I was just talking to myself when I prayed. So I didn't really pray much. But now meditation, being silent, telling myself, shut the fuck up. Yeah, that I can get on board with, right? I can get on board with being still and silent. just being aware, being curious, focusing and detached, being aware and reflecting, right? It results in this peace, this inner peace that really, it's always there. That inner peace is always there. It's just not in our awareness, right? The inner peace is hidden within you. It's just behind your anxiousness or your worry. Or maybe you're doing better than me. Maybe you got tons of inner peace. And I hope that's the way it is for you. I hope you are just swimming in peace and loving in peace. And you wake up each morning just all wrapped in peace, and you walk with peace, and you just live the life of a bodhisattva, of a Buddha. Live the path of enlightenment for yourself through a continuous practice of meditation. Now, the prayer part, though, the prayer part has an extra layer of power and relevance that I never understood until I started incorporating prayer into my practice. And once I started incorporating prayer into my practice of meditation, I don't know. It all kind of came together, it seems. Because what I found through prayer, if you just follow the logic, right? The logic of what prayer is. What are you doing when you're praying? You are confessing, you're admitting, right? Often in my prayer, I start my prayer with appreciation, right? Because if I'm going to ask for anything, I'm going to be humble and I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to start from that place. And admittedly, most of my prayers when I started, especially, I was asking for things. I was asking for answers. I was looking for many things. But what I found sincerely is through the prayer, through the practice of prayer and meditation, right? The activity of prayer is speaking, right? We're confessing, we're admitting, we're relieving ourselves of the inner burdens, right? Where we've got these secrets within us about how we feel. And it's only a secret because it hasn't been admitted, it hasn't been put to words yet, brought forth. Um, maybe it's not a secret. Maybe that stuff is just real there and obvious. But until we admit things to ourselves, it's like there's a barrier within us. We create these separations between us and what is happening, and what that is in the term of psychology is denial. You're denying the reality of what you've been presented with when you deny your feelings, when you ignore the facts. So, what I found with prayer is through the practice of confessing my weaknesses, talking to myself, but then I had to realize, well, the more I did my inner meditation and my inner reflection, trying to find out where is this Jack guy, right? It's not the body, it's not the idea, it's not the title, it's none of those things. So, looking for who I am helped me to find a little bit more peace, because the more I looked for me, as the old Sufi, there's an old Sufi quote, if I remember it. I searched for God and found only myself. I searched for myself to discover God. And the more I looked for me, the more I found signs of God, that God was there with me. Where I was supposed to be, there was God. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. But so then I started rolling with the prayer. Because if God is with me and everywhere, then God hears. There is, and it's in the scripture too, there are no unanswered prayers. I trust in that. Um, I start my day with prayers. Often my prayer is thank you. And I honestly think that thank you, gratitude is the strongest, the best prayer that we can offer. Because if in fact you are just speaking to yourself, but you're speaking words of gratitude for yourself to hear, guess what you do? You feel better. Why? Because that's the way we're designed. Here, we've got some guests in the back. One, Cage, I don't think I'm going to bring you up, man. You know how to reach me. I've told you. You've worn out your welcome here on Landry. How are you today, my friend?
Well, I was doing okay, but now I'm doing great. If I just outcompeted Cage in the back room contest, well, I might sit up straight for that one.
Well, he's been there for a while too. I just don't know. Third step prayer. Mr. Murphy, I don't even remember. It's escaped my memories.
Yeah, the fourth step is the one where you have to write a letter, right? You have to write letters to everyone. I think it is. Everyone who you wronged.
Amends. I don't know. First step is admitting we were powerless.
That one I remember.
Okay.
Second step is telling another person that you're powerless, right? Like the sponsor. No.
No. Here. You know what? This is shameful for me. It's been a long time. I used to live by this stuff, but I've actually, the heck? Admitted we were powerless over alcohol, our lives had become unmanageable. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Third step, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care and direction of God as we understood him. That is the one. Thank you.
I was way off.
Yeah. Well, and the fourth, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. The fifth is where you might have been. Admitted to God, ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs.
Now, what do you think about that fifth step? Because that one, I always felt a little bit like it was intrusive. Because it was like basically put everything you've ever done horribly wrong on paper and give it to this guy you met last week.
Yeah, that's it's humbling and it can be humiliating for sure. But I believe what that is for is for us to get over the embarrassment, right? Because as long as we're going to hide from what we've done, we're not going to do as much to change it or to fix it. And I believe that probably bearing it to another human being, it goes along with like the Catholic tradition of confession. There's reasons these steps work. There really are. And just like in the Bible too, there's reasons why those words were left for us. This is what I was trying to point to with the idea of prayer. There is something powerful in prayer, in the power of truth. When we confess, when we admit, it makes a difference.
I'm curious the correlation between submit and admit.
Ooh. Admission, I feel, is empowering, whereas submission, you've got to.
Makes sense.
You got to give. It's a relationship to the truth, though. If we withhold the truth versus admit the truth, I think that's in line with that the saying from the book of Thomas, that which is within you, if it does not come out, will destroy you. If we know the truth and we have it within us and we don't bring it out, we will destroy ourselves from guilt. Hey, you know what? There's our expert. Yes, Chuck's got this these songs down for us for sure. Hey, we got another guest in the back. I'm
Chuck,
gonna
Chuck.
not yet.
Close enough.
Tarek. Welcome back, Tarek. How are you?
Hey,
Is that a moose
Jack-
picture?
no, that's the Joker kind of like not a
All
moose
right.
picture. Hey, Landry, how are you? Jack, how are you?
Blessed.
Good.
Truly blessed.
I heard you say something about the fifth step when Landry mentioned it, and
Yes.
I've been to rehab before. I truly believe what Jack said is correct. That it is about like you being like not embarrassed and being humiliated in front of people. That's that step.
Muted.
Oh, I muted myself. I'm sorry. I just got off work. I'm
No,
eating some.
They are muted.
I muted myself too. It is somewhat, and I don't know if that's the right words. I don't think that's the right words for what it is. Not so much embarrassment, but it is to I
Jack,
would
maybe
say,
like, go ahead.
go
Maybe
ahead.
not like to worry about people's perception of you in a way. I don't know what the word "be" is, but something like that.
That's possible to get us so we're less. Well, you know what? Yeah, many of us who were broken and turned towards addictions, right? People don't like to admit they were broken, but that's what it is. We were broken. Our minds were broken. And so we went to substances to try and find comfort. Um, in that broken state, we give our power away. We've given it away to booze, to drugs, but we also give our power away to others. And I think part of this is true. By admitting and confronting our guilt and shame, sharing it with another, especially when that other being, I mean, because admit it, when we're doing this in the program, we've got trust. Hey, Chuck, welcome to you, man.
Chuck.
Well, thank you.
So this fifth step, Chuck,
Yes, sir.
admitting and confessing the truth, but we're doing it in a safe space, right? And
Yep.
so there is something to that would help us process our guilt and our shame, I would assume.
Well,
Chuck, please,
what I-
what are your experience with?
what I was taught and what I've learned is that we as broken people, you have to admit we were broken when we got the Alcoholics Anonymous. There wasn't much left of us.
That's me
But
this morning.
yep, we are bad. When I say we, I'm just talking about universally. I'm not putting on anybody. But we lie to ourselves. We learned that trick while we was in the throes of the addiction. And the fifth step, we admitted to God and to others. The others is important so that they can call us on our BS if we're trying to fluff our story so it's not as bad, or pad our ego, or inflate our ego, or justify our things that we had done to try to justify it and shift blame on the others. And it takes a like a third party neutral that you're laying your fourth step, because that's what you're doing is you're taking your fourth step and you're laying it out in the fifth step to somebody else. And if they truly know your story, then they're able to see where I may be fudging it, pushing blame off on somebody else when it was really a fault of mine, um, things of that nature. But that's the reason, so that they can keep us honest. Because if you're by yourself, even if you're looking into a mirror, you can lie to yourself. You can make yourself believe anything. I am the correct version. This is my story. And the mirror's looking back saying, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, because you're looking at yourself. You need that neutral party for you to pour your guts out to see if you have indeed looked inward to yourself. If it was an honest inventory. That's how I was taught anyway.
There is truth to that, but it also works the other way as well. In my experience with my sponsor, and it was working through the steps with another person, having that outside perspective. The way you explained it, it kind of reminded me of the witness. You said it's as a witness, and that is like what the scripture talks about as well. Where 2 or 3 or more are gathered, there is God, and God is the truth. And just as you said, by ourselves, we can lie, we can outsmart ourselves and confuse ourselves, and we can minimize what we've done. But the other side of that as well, Chuck, when I was working with my sponsor and I went through and told him all the guilt and shit I was carrying with my divorce, his response was actually, damn, Jack, sounds like you did everything you could.
Jack.
So I wasn't minimizing it with others. I was exaggerating it to myself. And I was beating the shit out of myself day after day after day. And I didn't even see it. So this is where fellowship, I found it through AA in part, but that sponsorship and mentorship, guys, we can all use something like that. That's actually why I'm on this path I'm on, because I want to offer that to those who are seeking it.
If I may ask Landry, Jack, Landry, have you ever had an addiction, or you never had an addiction?
Of course, dude.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, dude. I was like I used to drink a bottle of fucking vodka and cussing, and orange juice. Like I would drink the whole damn orange juice almost every night.
Oh wow. Okay. I was asking just that
for
if you can relate. Yeah, if you can relate to it. That's all. Go ahead. Yeah.
Of course. I mean, yeah, dude. Even like when I used to be into weed, I mean, I would get so lazy, and every day I'd be like, I'm going to do all this stuff, and I just smoke in the morning. I wouldn't do anything. I have a good 45 minutes in me. I guess. And then it's 10 a.m. I'm like, I'm done.
Well, I'm glad everybody. I'm really glad Jack and everybody to say, even Chuck, you, Landry, we may disagree on some things, but we're all pretty much addicts and we all survived, because I know in AA, in NA, they say 1 out of 200 won't survive, but always relapse and they'll hook up somehow.
Yeah, dude, that's another thing. That's why we all come here. We are addicted to this. Dude, I'm going through withdrawals. I swear to God, I'm out in the real world and I'm I should be pumped. Yeah, I'm out IRL. But no, I'm I miss being a part of the drama. What's going on? What's the storyline? I got to call, hey, T-Rex and not T-Rex, T-Reigns. T-Reigns and Flow State, this and that. And I'm I have no idea what you're talking about. And I was kind of bummed out.
Yeah. Even me and Access now are going at it a little bit. His wife is after me for some reason.
His AI wife?
Yeah, she messed up my whole
Never mind.
screen.
I take it all back.
Yeah.
I didn't miss it.
Go ahead. I'll leave it up to Jack. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right, man. This place is a trip.
But I know if you're doing your fifth step, you want to make sure the person you're going to do it with, that's someone that's going to be able to receive what you're about to put out. Because you just don't want to snatch a stranger off the corner and say, hey, look, let's go through my 4th step inventory, would you?
What about a stranger on the internet? Which one's better, the corner or the internet?
Yeah, good question.
I don't know.
You gotta have confidence in the other person.
A lot of people jump to it though, where they really hey, I just met you, but do you need a sponsor?
Huh?
You never seen that happen where people you go to a meeting and then there's somebody that they pursue you as a new person?
Oh,
guess-
yeah.
Okay, yes. I was gonna say, I guess you just weren't handsome enough, Chuck.
The group that I belong to, we didn't do that. We discouraged that behavior. We let the new person decide who out of the group that they wanted to work with.
It's a lot of pressure too, though, isn't it? Like you just meet all these. It's not simple. I guess it doesn't need to be.
We wouldn't. There's no sense in putting pressure on. You put a pressure on a brand new drunk, all you're gonna do is run them off. And that's the group I belong to. That's why I said the group I belong to was a great. And I've been to others that I wouldn't have anything to do with because of their approach. You know, they demand you get a sponsor, and this is going to be your sponsor whether you like him or not.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't.
What do you?
My group
I'm sorry.
didn't believe in that.
What do you think, Jack? Would that same thing apply to you at all, or no?
Well, I went to a whole bunch of different meetings, and I kind of remember both a little bit. I remember showing up and not knowing what I needed, and not knowing the questions to ask.
Yeah, there's no handbook. Sorry, Jack. I wish there was because I was in the same boat.
Well, I actually don't remember anyone offering to work with me either.
Really?
I started working with a guy that we went to detox together, but he had like 14 years sobriety before he relapsed and totaled his car.
Eesh.
So Rich was working with me at first, and his advice in detox was, here's the big book, read the first 164 pages, and then go back and read them again. Right. And so that's what I did. I read the big book. I started trying to figure this out. Back to the topic though of sponsorship. I sought people out. I saw something in them, and they were usually the ones who spoke at the meetings. They spoke with confidence. They carried some wisdom with them. And so I went and sought them out, trying to get a sponsor.
Did you run in like I did? You go to speak to somebody and they tell you their plate was full already with help with sponsees.
Some of them were, but I wasn't too worried about it though, because I'd done everything else in my life on my own. I didn't really know what value would be found with someone else. So it was a pleasant surprise, but I felt the magic. I truly felt the magic of the power of truth by accepting the truth, right? You can know something, but if you don't accept it, it's not within you. It's not a part of you. That swings us to where on your own practice, the practice of meditation can be very helpful. But I remember speaking with my sponsor, and it happened a couple of times. There was like this shift, the dots connected in my mind, and I felt this shift in my heart. And I was like, holy shit.
Holy shift.
It is. It is.
Jack, it took me almost 2.5 years of going before I really started shifting. Because
Yes, it takes time. Go on, sorry, Chuck. It does
that
take
first
time,
2.5 years, every day, I wanted to drink. But instead, I went to a meeting. I was a bad alcoholic, bad. And I was addicted really bad. And I had no concept of this so-called God thing they were talking about. And it took me that long to get my mind cleared enough to be able to be open to receiving what was being given to me. But once I did, then there was a shift for me. But it just took me that long. I just didn't walk in and become healed. I fought for it. And I'm not healed. I mean, I can choose to pick it up and start the process all over again. I tried that on my own and had disastrous results.
Hey Chuck, do you normally look at the screen, or are you normally like looking off into the living room? I'm just curious.
I'm always watching the screen.
Okay, so you can see. Okay, just making sure. Okay.
Yeah,
You don't react.
only reason
I'll give you credit.
I'm not on screen right now is because
No, not your face, but just visually. I didn't know if you just listen.
visually, yes. I always watch the screen. Now I try not to pay attention to chat while I'm on panel though.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Because I'll get distracted and start a fight or get involved in an argument and then take away from what the panel's trying to do.
Yeah, the panel.
So normally I don't look unless somebody pulls it up on screen or there's a comment in back chat for that reason. Because I'm here as a guest and I feel that the host is due that undivided attention.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Jack. I have a question. And I have a question for the
What are
entire
you
panel.
laughing about? I don't get it.
Go ahead.
It's all right.
I'll wait.
No, it's okay. Please, Tark. What was that?
Jack, here's my question for the entire panel, because we're all been addicts, right? And when I was in like the Salvation Army, I went to the Salvation Army for 9 months. And then the main thing they said is to make sure, besides all the stuff they have to do daily, is to keep yourself busy. So when I got out of rehab, till now, I still stay busy. I work, like I come home about 4, take a shower, eat, get on here. I always stay busy. Do you have the same like issue if you don't stay busy, maybe start thinking about it, or no?
Early.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, isn't busyness like the opposite of meditation? And that's kind of what our culture does. That's different than maybe we could be doing.
Yeah, I agree.
I love that.
Go ahead, Jack. Yeah.
No, that's a perfect connection too. Early in my recovery, I would say yes, Tarek. It didn't take me a long time, but I was weak-minded. I was afraid. But as I started working on myself, I came across studies. There's science and studies that prove what seems pretty obvious. One of the best tools for recovery is learning. You start learning something you enjoy, you're totally distracted from the idea of drinking, self-sabotage. So I didn't realize that at the time. And I did, in hindsight, I saw the benefit because I did start learning about recovery. I got into the big book. I got into some other books on sobriety and ways of thinking. But I wasn't doing it intentionally. But yeah, distraction versus meditation, both of those will be effective at recovery. But the world, go ahead, Chuck, please.
I've seen people try the distraction method, but it gets to a spot like Tarek said, if there's nothing for them to do, or they're in a spot, automatically here it comes again. That incredulous thing that says, you're a drunk, let's get drunk.
Yep. And Chuck, I'll be honest with you, that happened to me throughout my whole addiction. Like when I got so time off, I would start thinking about taking pills, right? Because that's what I was addicted to, painkillers.
See, Jack, this is one subject me and you can kind of agree upon. Isn't it nice?
You guys agree all the time. Get real, Chuck.
And I mean this in a good way. This is great. I love it.
I know. It's just one of the very first things I learned here was I had to get the rundown. Jack does this with Chuck. Chuck does this with Jack. We're all just,
Yeah, we're all humans. That's one thing maybe Tommy's got to learn when Jack asks him, what do you like about me? and you can't pick one thing. I can pick many things I like about
Dude,
Jack.
Jack,
anything I don't.
dude, if Tommy doesn't like one thing about Jack, then he doesn't like one thing about himself.
Oh, I tried to tell Tommy a while back that the good Lord gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, and that was
Oh
the
my
wrong
God,
thing to say.
boo.
Yep,
I've
that
heard
was the
that joke
wrong thing
1,000
to
times
say.
from an old man. I'm sorry. I've been too much seriousness this week, so you forgive me for being.
Hey,
Oh, you're
no,
fine.
it's good.
I just like at this protest last night. All they needed to do was laugh. Not one of them was laughing. So much anger.
Yes. You were at a protest?
Yeah, one of the what is it? I guess it's not Antifa. I guess it kind of is. Anti-ISA.
Regarding ICE, anti-ICE. Yeah.
Anti-ISA. Yeah. It sounds like a nice like drink. Oh, there's Pandalay right on cue. You said name drop him one time. You're just waiting.
I know.
Just fingers to the keyboard.
I know. Share my community post.
Share my channel, Jack. Come
I
on.
know.
Share it.
That's why he wants me.
Pandaways management.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give him credit. He does consistently keep you in the game. So, I mean, what I mean by that is no matter what he does, it will be associated with you, which is or what do they call that? Co-promotion. Which I have failed to learn that lesson. Hey, Chuck, you want to just restream each other all the time? How about that?
Huh?
I restream you, you restream me. Well, I guess it doesn't make sense because Jack.
Oh my God, there's a lot of that going on.
I know, but there's one you can always count on to be happening, and it's Tommy restreaming Jack.
Really? I've never really seen Tommy restream Jack. I could be wrong.
Where you been, Chuck?
He did last night.
Probably because I'm over here watching Jack and not paying attention to what the others are doing.
Hey, look at that bike.
He's got it going. Tom, looking good, man.
Hey,
Looking
Tom,
good, Tommy.
got it going on. Peace Dynamo.
Peace Dynamo. Absolutely. Ain't nobody doing what he's doing like Tommy's doing.
No, Tommy is pretty tough, Jack. I give him credit for that. Like what he's doing is not easy. So I give him
Ain't
credit for
nobody
that.
doing it. What was that accent? That was supposed to sound like him. When he does it. Ain't nobody doing like you doing.
In fact, I did a stream last night on some of the stuff.
Yep.
And it turned out to be a pretty good show. Ended up with me, Dom, and Mitch at the end for quite a while.
Yeah, beautiful. Is it like as good as you?
Well, it was
in the studio apartment.
Well, it was no fighting, nobody calling each other names, nobody saying you're right, I'm wrong, type crap. It was just discussion.
Like what we're doing right now.
Yes.
Jack, if I may, what do you think about that? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to make it. No, go. You go. T-Rex.
What do you think about that comment that Mitchell just made? Right? He's like, "Oh yeah, you are not like an addict, but now you're on YouTube for your dopamine head." Right?
That's Mitch's game, though. He just wants to get in your head, but he's
but like Mitch, even if that's the case, let's just say worst case that is an addiction. It's still way better than being drunk, being on alcohol, being on any kind of pills, whatever. What are you talking about?
Well, I know that I learned this too. You take a drunk asshole and you sober them up. If you just sober them up, what's left? The asshole. If you don't work on the asshole, he's always going to be an asshole.
Do you think that everyone can change? Because I find that people are very. You think everyone can?
Yes, I do. I think God is that powerful.
But
I disagree. But go ahead.
I just don't see it like a lot. I mean, I feel as though people are so set, and especially where I wish that I was more so that way. Because I honestly, because I don't see like if we're all wanting to be aligned, and so it makes more sense to be behaviorally similar to those around you. So that's the case. I would want to be more like less likely to be going against what everyone else is doing, which consistently seems not to be the case.
Yeah. What do you think, Jack? Do you think anybody can change overnight? Or do you think most people will stay the same and some will change based on their habits?
We're all on our own unique paths, but I do know that people can change instantaneously. Hey, along those lines, I haven't noticed if Brown's Boy's been in the chat today or not, but
I think he
this
might
is
have
the
taken a break.
this is the CIA guy that I like, Chase Hughes.
Oh yeah, is this the one about the mapping?
He talks a lot about psychological mapping. Yeah.
Okay.
We got to pump up those numbers, Jack.
I know.
Straight from Talcott.
Those numbers,
Yeah.
man.
Let's hear him,
There's-
Jack. I never seen him. I never seen him before, and I know Bronze Boy made the claim just because somebody watched him. He's a CIA agent, which is stupid. But let's hear him if you want.
Yeah.
I never. Yeah.
His background is with the CIA. He's worked, I believe he worked training operatives, but
he worked a few more things than just a training.
As self-directed, that it came from within you. So all humans, every human in the world, protects the paths that they believe they chose themselves. So from this point on, there's no more recruiting happening. They're getting you to a point where you're essentially doing something that I would just call self-investing. So you're doubling down on something that you've agreed to yourself, who you are. So in number 7, we have definitions. And in the definitions part, beliefs don't get attacked. We're not sitting there stripping people of all their beliefs and telling them.
I don't know what he's discussing tonight, but that's his Friday night live stream. And he does weekly streams. He does emails and stuff. I've found a lot of value from the guy. That's why I brought him up. But
Thank you.
Mitch, how are you?
Yep.
Sorry,
do you have his
Chuck.
link? I'm sorry. Do you have his link, Jack, so I can maybe check him out if you can, whenever you can, if you put it in the bag or not. Yeah.
That's an easy Google search though, because he comes up right away. Chase Hughes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never pressed on that, but thank you, Lindy. I appreciate it.
It's in the back, and I dropped for those who are interested. It's in the chat as well. And like I said, I enjoy the guy. I found a lot of value in what he shares. Mitch, how are you, brother?
I'm doing well, Jack. Thank you. How are you?
Feeling blessed.
Good, man.
The initially the idea and the topic was benefiting from meditation and prayer, but we got into a side topic of addiction and recovery, and those two certainly go right together. Truther Cop, you joined too. Welcome to you.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm glad Chuck finished that statement. If you remove the alcohol and the guy's still an asshole, you still have an asshole left, because there's a lot of focus here from T. Raines and Chuck. And I'm not, alcohol, drinking alcohol is like bad. Sure.
I did.
How
Didn't say
defensive
that.
can you possibly be with that one sentence?
I'm not this is what I don't understand.
What don't you
It seems like there's I don't want to change. I don't want to change the beliefs like Chase Hughes is saying. I don't want to strip away the core beliefs. I was I got where when he was saying that, I kind of saw where he was going, because it's not what I want to do. But I feel like there's a lack of self-forgiveness when the topic, you quit drinking, but if you bring it up every day, it's clearly you still have issues with your past self. You're judging yourself for the decisions you made.
Well,
that's
you can also, it can be judgmental, but I mean, that doesn't change the fact that it might be true with everyone that does it. I might not want you around me because you do things that I used to do, and the alcohol is the cause of that, or weed or whatever. Just
alcohol isn't the cause of anything.
It's the cause of behavior.
If you're an asshole, you're an asshole.
Right.
It's only going to bring out who you are. So it's you're hating yourself. Is
Well,
my
I don't know
opinion.
about that because there's people who get less mean when they drink and they're assholes.
Absolutely, yeah. Alcohol has a factor in this.
How many you take tonight, TC? 10, 20? I'll do it with you in solidarity.
I don't know what you think. Wait, Jack, do you feel like Truth or Cop is coming a little bit strong here or no?
I'm not sure what it is. Are you defending drinking alcohol? Is that
No, but like, what else is there that's even the equivalent that
What
people
else
just
is there to
rag on?
do?
No,
There's a lot.
that's not what I'm
I am
saying.
to some
Landry.
degree. I want to kind of add a little bit to his perspective, and that is that alcohol definitely isn't the problem. I mean, it seems to be like people carry around when they have finally gained a little bit of self-control or whatever, and maybe not. I don't really know how to explain it because I've never experienced it, but to where they have to completely abstain or whatever, and it's just like there's plenty of people who can drink and control it. Um, you know, like I've had maybe 3 drinks in 7 years, and so like it's not a problem. I've never
Mitch,
like
you're an
alcohol.
alcoholic, Mitch.
I've never thought I bought a bunch of alcohol because I thought it was actually a tool. It could be a disinfectant, maybe a bartering tool if shit hits the fan. So like I never really saw alcohol as a problem because I have not really gone completely out of
I got you.
control with my addictions. So I think we're all addicted, whether it be YouTube or the news or McDonald's or whatever. Quick Trip, iced tea. We're all addicted to something.
Sure.
I would phrase it like this: it's like somebody wins the WWE is a terrible thing. What's the other one? The actual fighting one. What's the real fighting one?
MMA.
Yeah, the MMA. He won the MMA championship 10 years ago, and that's it. But I was the MMA champion 10 years ago, and that's what he says this story every day to himself and those around him because that's still who he is. He still identifies who he was with, or who he was 10 years ago. It's like, what are we doing now? Like as if we don't have other problems to address.
What are the problems,
I get
TC?
that. I do
What are your
get
thoughts
that.
on the stuff going on lately? I know you got some.
YouTube
You got some hot
addiction, like
takes.
Mitch brought up for one. Landry, you clearly suffer from that.
What?
Say it again. I do this a little bit fast. YouTube addiction.
YouTube addiction.
Ah,
Dude, I feel
I'm
like
confused here.
I mean, people wouldn't notice if I took a year off, came back, and this the way that people communicate is very like. So define that, TC. Define YouTube addiction. How many
I
hours
know.
per day?
But Truth or Cop, hold on one second. I'm sorry. If you said that to Landry, isn't it also correct to say it to Jack? Because I think Jack probably does more streams than Landry. And I'm not taking Jack here. I'm just saying why you only make that statement towards.
Right.
Go ahead.
So at what point? So at a certain point, we can recognize that being on YouTube too much is a problem.
would
Sure,
agree.
addiction and problem are like.
But it
loosely
doesn't
related.
mean that being on using YouTube in general isn't a problem. But if you
I agree with
overuse
you.
So
it,
are you here on YouTube telling us to stop using YouTube? Are we doing this again?
that's not no. I'm not saying you shouldn't be drinking alcohol at all, Landry. I'm saying that there is a
Okay, so it's still about
reasonable
the alcohol. You're
amount.
getting defensive
of
and you're taking.
usage
Oh,
on
I can
YouTube.
drink
I'm
because you
not
guys are all on
defensive.
YouTube.
I'm just pissed off in general about life, dude. I'm not
It
defensive.
sucks, dude. Like,
No.
what a bummer.
that is where addictions really come from. Being pissed off at life. That's when we start self-sabotaging. And Mitch said it a different way. Not so much self-sabotaging, but pursuing unhealthy desires or something like that. I don't remember exactly what he said in the chat, but
Yeah, he was correct. Yeah.
it's it really is. It's a pattern of thought. We live in a world where poor behavior has been normalized. I mean, the the brainwashing and the normalization of alcohol guys, this society, it's not good for us.
Can you imagine any other way? Because I'm so used to it now. Just all the ads. One of the big things downtown is a big waterfall with a Bud Light on it. All the masculine shit. You know, all the sports
I don't even
games.
notice that shit anymore.
Okay, Chuck, we get it. You're all up on
No,
your
I'm just
highs. You don't
saying.
even notice the waterfall.
No, I don't pay much attention to that
I
them
hear
billboard.
you. Yeah, okay. Well, it's an objective statement that it's there, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When you go to the restaurants, are most people Friday night? If I go tonight, are they going to be sober or are they going to be drinking?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
If they want to drink, that's fine. Hell, I got family members that drink. I don't care if they drink.
Dude, I love
Okay.
If
going
people
out
want to
sober.
drink, I
It's-
got no issue. Now, if somebody wants to quit drinking, I'm willing to help. I'm not here to push anything on anybody. I'm not saying alcohol's bad for people. It's just
It is.
I misused it
Okay.
in such a way that it helped me destroy my life.
Thanks, Chuck. That's awesome to hear you say from your perspective. Because, yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. I mean, everything can be, water can be destructive.
Correct.
Everything can be bad if it's misused.
I had a friend that had a heart attack because he was drinking too much orange juice.
Hey, don't talk to me like that, dude. Okay, I'm right here.
I'm just saying,
He's an orange
his
juice
body
addict.
could, yeah, his
I don't
body
drink
couldn't
orange
handle
juice,
all the
so I'm better
vitamin
than all of
C.
you guys.
Dude,
Orange juice
is-
and quick trip iced tea.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry.
dude, no, that would be crazy. That'd be a weird combo.
But Truth or Cop, here's the question I have for you, right? Let's just say, okay, we're all addicted to YouTube. If you have to compare the addiction before, which was drugs and alcohol, whatever it was for anybody, you compare the two where you're getting high and buzzed and you're flying, where YouTube doesn't give you that dopamine hit. It's
Yeah,
still
well, the
better.
adrenaline does. It gives you the
Yeah.
adrenaline if you argue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe a little bit.
it's a distraction from who you need to be if you're misusing it. You can
Appreciate
use YouTube. You can drink if you can. Some people can't. Apparently, my mom always told me she's like, you can't drink. Like, oh my god, dude! I have so many. There's so many opinions about everything, so it's like difficult for me to navigate through all of it. But
What an opinion about opinions.
Sounds to me
So
like
many
you're
opinions
trying
about
to
opinions.
justify it, the drinking to me, but I
It
could
just
be
sounds
wrong.
like you need the hug, man. Are you okay, TC? Hanging in there?
He could use a hug.
I
I'm
think
sure
Yeah,
that's
you can
what
just
that's
hug.
what I
Jack,
get,
Jack
yeah.
is correct. Jack's correct. And
No,
Landry.
we can all use a hug. Let's
That's
face it.
true. It's true. I mean, okay, hold on. Is there anyone here that would be willing to say the last time they got a hug?
When was the last time I got a hug?
Oh, I got a hug
Lord.
like 2 weeks ago
the
from my
last
family.
time I got a hug, I was drinking at a bar. So before that, it was quite some time.
Was the
What
guy
was
was,
it?
was the guy
What was his
gay?
name?
Truth or Cop?
That's what I was
He
just
might
getting
have been,
ready
but
to
he gave
ask.
me mushrooms, so I was very thankful. I was like, "Thank you, dude."
Very good. Very good.
I don't know. I think Tommy needs a hug.
I don't know if I
Oh.
want to touch him either.
No, Tommy needs a lot of hugs, not just one, many.
Tommy, I'm gonna fly out there and I'm gonna give you a fucking hug.
Oh my God, TC, you just blow
Hugs
my
are
mind every
healing,
time.
man. They are.
It blows my mind.
Oh, Mitch, by the way, before I forget, Everclear is the best alcohol to get for cleaning electronics or
I'm a
disinfecting.
hugger.
That makes sense. Yeah, that would make sense. That's
Almost 200%, yeah. Or
And it's-
100%.
and it's pretty cheap too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's not that expensive. Just be careful. It's extremely flammable.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
burn the house down.
Or the motel like Snafu did.
Well, you won't see the fire. Well, you will see the fire, but it makes a nice, pretty blue flame when it catches.
So, Jack, here's my question to you again. Would you still think, even though you get a dopamine hit for being on YouTube, if you argue, like Landry said, it's not the same as drinking or doing drugs, correct?
Nobody said it's the same, but that your argument. Sorry, I know you asked this to Jack, but really it's directed at me. I know it is. I'll be quick, but I just want to clarify my position real quick, Jack. And it's that I'm not arguing that they're the same. That's not the contention. The contention is that YouTube fetamines can certainly be just as harmful or destructive to one's constitution or beingness or whatever you want to call it if it's not managed appropriately.
How would you suggest people manage it better?
Well,
Yeah, that's a good question.
it's not a one size fits all. I mean, everyone's situation is different. Sorry, Jack. I'm going to yield to Jack.
No, that was a great follow up, though.
But the context blows my mind because I don't know. How do I manage you, Mitch Levin?
You can't. Only I
Okay.
can manage me.
All right. Very good.
What you're saying, yeah, any behavior, if it's destructive or unhealthy, we kind of covered it in the Bible last night too. In the scripture, we see ourselves doing things that we don't want to do. We know we shouldn't do these things, and yet we still do them. It is a sickness.
For sure.
And so someone mentioned it. For those who have never been addicted, please count yourself lucky, right? You're blessed. And for those who have found addictions and freedom after that, feel great.
I want to push back on that because, even non-addicts, it's not like they don't have to practice self-control and resistance and things to that nature, So, there's plenty of people who, struggle with resisting it just as much as struggle to get off of it or overcome it or whatever. Are you?
And a lot of people got a misconception about these 12-step programs. The 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous it's not about not drinking. It's about learning to live life on life's terms.
Right, go with the flow and all that. But see, like I hear a lot of anti-alcohol talk, but I never hear any anti-pornography talk or like how that's an issue.
We can go there too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally anti-pornography as well. That stuff causes brain damage just like the drugs do.
Yeah,
when I was in the throes of alcoholism, and after I quit, and as I'm working the steps, and my sponsor made me do something, and I cried walking all the way from the house to the trash can with my porno. And I threw it in the trash, and that was the last day. Because it was another form of addiction, like Jack just said.
Good for you.
But
and there's a lot
I think pornography is arguably much more harmful across the board to everyone than alcohol.
Well,
How is it more harmful if people don't do it? What do you mean to everyone?
That's a total argument. That's an argument though to society or to in general, because a lot of people do. So it may not apply to you, but
yeah, I agree with Mitch. You're correct, but one thing I would agree with Landry on or somebody else that's in opposition is porn does not. You don't physically harm anybody at a situation. Correct?
Hey man, and think about all the damage that could be done out there. Like this is coming from maybe once every couple of weeks, kind of recovering P word man. You got to remember all the guys out there who every day they got nowhere to put all their anger. Where do they end up? They end up on the internet. So maybe some of those guys could relieve themselves in better ways.
Who's defensive now, Landry?
Jack, if you want to steer this back to the topic, that's fine.
Chuck, you got to get more courageous in the discomfort.
So are you saying your argument is porn is potentially better than YouTube?
No, what I'm saying, Mitch,
no, that was
is
directed
YouTube.
at Landry.
No,
go
not
ahead.
YouTube. No. I was saying better than alcohol.
Oh,
definitely better.
You said there's a lot of.
So, Landry, you're saying
people-
pornography is better than alcohol?
Yes, I agree.
I think it's gotten disgusting. I'll tell you that.
He was referencing people that are angry on YouTube and that they could find a better way to take out their anger or whatever.
Well, I also think that was directed at you. Yeah. I think that the less
Right.
anger.
So is your argument that pornography would be healthier than YouTube?
No, it would be healthier than
Okay,
alcohol.
so that was just a bullshit statement.
Yeah, he was just poking you. Come on.
It was the dig at you, Mitch.
You know how to tell if anything's an addiction? If it affects your life. your
Totally.
day-to-day life.
100%
Okay,
sure.
correct.
If
100%
you're
sure.
taking off of work early to go catch the porn show at the local club,
Oh, guys, I gotta go. Is that tonight?
yeah.
Oh, hold on, I gotta get to that show.
When it starts affecting your
Oh my God,
day-to-day,
he's so in bed. He got cornered, dude. This is where it gets to with me, is that there's always some deeper thing that if you're saying alcohol is a problem and you're anything a problem, you could say smoking meth is a problem. And if you're saying that every day, you have a problem you're not addressing.
Okay, maybe you're true, but what I'm saying back to the YouTube and the porn thing with the alcohol, Chuck was saying that if you notice that it's affecting your life, yes, correct, Chuck. But if it doesn't affect anybody's life, porn does not get anybody in any harm, any accidents, any death. Correct?
How are they
if I
recording the
may.
pornography, Tarek? Are you
Please.
researching if the girl was consenting, or like you're looking at the contracts every time? You like really understand what her life is about?
Let the
No,
new
I
guy
agree
get
with
a
you.
word
I'm
in.
not.
Let the new
I'm
guy
not
get a word
consenting
in.
at all. I'm sorry. I'm not consenting at all to pornography.
Then we
I'm
can pass
totally
it over
against
to
it.
Jack.
Totally.
Shut up.
I don't necessarily. Sorry, I don't necessarily. It means that, like you asked it. I think it's if times could be spent better elsewhere. I think that's the thing. You know, if you're spending time looking at porn, or you're spending time drinking, or doing drugs, but if your time could be more productive and more beneficial elsewhere, then that's when you've got to realise there's something going wrong here. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I look at it anyway. I mean, if you do or don't, you don't.
We're kind of
But
asking which one's worse for society, drinking or porn. And Jack, I'm sorry if I took us off topic. We're stuck on this a little bit. I don't know if you can chime in as well.
Well, you
I
keep.
don't think you
You're
can
stuck
sort of.
on
I
it.
don't think you can sort of compare them, because in different circumstances, in different situations, they can be worse either or other. I mean, the drink can really affect them big time, whereas the porn can affect them a different time. Maybe you're not spending enough time with your partner and stuff like that, and you're looking at porn rather than spending this quality time with the partner where you should be. And
Yes,
same as you could be
I get that. I
drinking.
get that. But based on the consensus of alcohol and porn, which one's worse for society?
Oh,
Hands
100%.
down, porn.
Alcohol causes porn. Would
The
you say
truth to
porn?
cops, you have a
Hands
problem. I think.
down.
No,
It's
it's not hands down.
incentivized blackmail operations. Like it's fucked up what it does to the people's
Okay,
lives
It's
involved.
let
actually a
me ask
pretty hot
Jack.
topic. It's a pretty hot topic lately, and there's a lot of evidence with how it negatively impacts the your mental state or
I'm
whatever.
not denying
Jack, you've
that.
been
Totally, I'm
patient.
not
Okay,
denying
I want to
that.
hear Jack's response,
Yeah,
please. Jack,
yeah,
what do you think?
we're fighting for space here.
Well,
Let's pass it to Jack. Take control, Jack.
I think I'm just repeating what you guys are saying. I mean, there is a big problem. We've got a society that has developed some very unhealthy practices that are normalized, right? Commercialized. Go to the bar, get drunk, it's no big deal. Go jerk off to a mag, go tune
Acceptable.
to porno. Yeah, acceptable. It's maybe not norm. Thank you. It's acceptable. And it really isn't. I mean, it's not.
The way
If
I
we
look at it is, if I had a teenage son, right, and I walked in, sorry, I don't want to do this, but I walked in the room and he was doing something that I didn't want to see, and then I closed the door, I'd rather him be doing that than having a bottle of whiskey under his bed and drinking that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It does.
Mm.
Yeah.
It does,
Jack,
however.
go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry,
go ahead.
No, to clarify the differences, when you drink alcohol, you're in a state of impairment, right? When you're, say, masturbating, watching porn, whatever you're doing, you're not impaired, you're not buzzed, you're not coherent. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You've got control of your faculties, is what you're saying.
Well,
You've got control of your faculties.
I suggest that we don't, because we've succumbed to lustful ideas and desires.
Amen, Jack.
And that is something it's on each of us, guys. When we succumb to lust, when we do these things, whether it's drink or drugs or porn, whatever, that's what we're doing. We're succumbing to lust, to a temptation. And as soon as we do that, we've given our power away. And as soon as we give our power away, we're going to feel guilty. And with the guilt, we'll find some shame. And then you start feeling guilty and shameful for what you're doing. You're going to find all sorts of people to blame.
That's very true.
Right. And biblically, I can prove that porn is worse than alcohol because Jesus turned water into wine, and the Bible says to be sober-minded and vigilant. It doesn't say to not drink.
All
No,
right.
Sister
But
Cup, are you defending
it says not to get drunk on it, though.
Can I?
Yeah, that's not being sober-minded. You're right. Yeah.
Responsibly,
I-
drink responsibly. I think. Yeah,
as well?
we should have that in there.
If I may,
I
add something
care
as well.
less if anybody drinks. That's their problem.
Here, on track.
I would add,
Please.
yes, I would add that, you know, if you're going to scrutinize one thing, you scrutinize all things. And how pure can you be and still like have a personality? Where's the fun in that? And if you deny yourself an adventure, you know,
I'm
what
confused on
what's
that one.
if it's not yours to live? Explore, try things, do things.
I think
That
Untrackable's trying to say
that
that
got me in more trouble than anything.
it's more
Right.
Have this
individuality. Individuality. Sorry.
We have these ideas of addiction, and that's where this one action consumes somebody to where they can't do anything else. They just seek drugs. They just seek sex. They just seek this one
Yep.
thing that is it consumes them. But you know,
Untrackable, I got you. One question, I'm sorry to interrupt. If that's the case, let's just say somebody doesn't go to drugs or porn and is spending too much time just like with God, like in terms of like preaching, like a extremist, a Christian or a Muslim. Is that also good or not?
I
Well,
see it as the same thing. How far are you gonna go down this road of being this one acute thing? Turn the funnel upside down and just dump everything. Dump it all instead of collecting and making it all about this one thing. Turn the
I
funnel
think I'm
upside
reading
down.
it. I think I'm reading it right, and I'm sorry if I've got it wrong, but I'm looking at it from everyone's point of view. But when does an experience become an addiction? You know, people can do things once and then they go, right, that's enough for me. But then certain people carry on and keep doing the certain thing. Is just experience something once an addiction and a sin, or is experiencing something once and then coming back and saying, no, I won't do that again?
That's not an addiction.
Jack, what do you think here? The reason why I give this example in terms of God and the other thing is there is a difference between somebody being too much devoted to God, for example, and too much devoted to alcohol. Even though they're both addicting, it's still way better to be devoted to God, correct?
Yes.
Yes, but I think the point was that if you spend your life studying the books, you might have a lot of knowledge, but you have not a lot of wisdom because you don't have any real life experience.
Correct.
So
But which
to
one
me,
would be
the
better?
experience is a bit more valuable than the knowledge.
I'll give it back. I'll give it back to Jack.
I
Jack, go
agree.
ahead, please.
I think that's what Untrackable was pointing at, is that you're here in life to experience, right? And there is something to be said about that. However, I completely disagree that you can overdo it when it comes to God. I mean, there may be some ways, but the difference I see is the drugs, the porn, all of this, these are things to try in the world, sure. And we can only really experience those sinful pleasures while we're here in the world. So it's an option for us.
Are you
Well,
denying your
you don't agree.
experience
You
with
don't
God?
agree that. Sorry.
I was
You
just going to
don't-
say real quick, are you denying your experience with God if you're spending all of your time trying to know God from another man's perspective written in a book.
Mm, okay, now that's another part. See, the books and stuff I see as part of the world. I mean, they're a way from the world to know outside, but the topic today, benefiting from meditation and prayer, right? So yes, I guess overly finding yourself in a position where you're overly consuming what others have produced, whether it's drugs or literature or booze, that might be unhealthy. But
What others have produced rather than being yourself and that direct representation and vessel of the Most High God.
Well, sorry, but as you said that, what came to mind comes back to what Untrackable and Mitch were pointing out. To
Do
be
you not
God,
agree that people, Jack, sorry to interrupt, but you not agree that obviously you've got your God, but then other people can consume so much things on their gods that maybe a negative effect, say, I don't know, i.e. Islam, things and certain things like that, where it becomes a problem because they take so much in that they believe it and that is their way of life, that they go out and... Do you understand what I mean?
that helps.
I would
me
also
better
add, using relative terms, it doesn't really help the situation of, is this better as a lifestyle than this, than that? You're gonna do what you are drawn to, but you are the only one in control of your path. When it consumes
Untrackable.
you,
I agree with you. I agree with you on a lot of stuff, but you go the hard way around it. It's like it's the most complicated way we're speaking it. But I totally agree with you.
Well, that's just the way
he's.
that's
No, I
the way
know
he
it's the way you
speaks.
speak, bro. I know the way you speak, but it's basically experience something, learn from it. I think I'm getting what you're saying. Learn from it, experience it, and then react according to the experience previous.
Well,
I think
he's
that's
also
where I am.
so
I
in
think
that,
he's also talking about having
it's not,
balance.
it may not be necessarily about the widespread social norm of what is better for society. It's like, hey, you're gonna find something that you like. Nobody else wants you to do it, but you like it.
I guarantee you, untrackable. This is it's just an easy thing. If you're in a relationship with obviously missus and children and stuff, what's good for you, if it's good for her and it's good for them, I guarantee you it's probably the right thing to do. You know what I mean? I guarantee you it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? And it makes, and then that extends to the community. If you're doing what you're doing, if you're sweeping your ass up and keeping your ass clean, I guarantee once you've sorted your shit out, it will go on to the community, and then you could probably...
Stinky. Back to what Jack was saying. What I was saying is, there is a difference in levels to addiction. If you're addicted to, say, worshiping God or being devoted to God, it's much better than being addicted to alcohol or porn.
Oh yeah,
correct?
of course. If you're addicted to I don't know, if you're addicted to bird watching, for example, it's going to be a lot more beneficial than if you're addicted to crack or something like that. But your missus might have a go at you and say, "Why are you always out bird watching all the time? Why are you always out bird watching? It causes problems." Do you understand what I mean?
Why are you
Everything is fine.
Jack,
Everything
would
is
you like to
fine.
expand on that?
All right, let's move it back to Jack. Jack wants to speak on this. Go ahead, Jack.
long walks?
Go on, sorry, Jack.
Why are you gambling? Why are you taking these long walks? Why do you like shoes?
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? Yeah, as long as you've got control of it, if it's not having an adverse effect on your life, I don't see the problem. When it becomes a problem, then you need to address it.
Jack, thank you. Go ahead, Jack.
Sorry, Jack.
The addiction to God, I could see as a concern. Someone brought it up, but it's the idea of addicted to religion, and there is a distinction between religion and God. There shouldn't be, but there is.
Yes. Very true. No, I agree with you, Jack. Because if you're, say, become a Muslim and you become an extremist Muslim, right, and now you're thinking about blowing up people or some shit, that is very dangerous and not good for society. I do agree.
But if you look at, for myself, in my own personal relationship, my own personal path, I identified truth as God and God as truth for myself, right? And so I found an addiction to learning. I did. I was constantly seeking to grow in my relationship with what I could find to be true about the world, and anything about the world that was true, I wanted to know it. And I did. I lost myself in that addiction. I'd been sober from booze and cannabis for a while. And I became completely consumed with learning. But if you consider God as truth, God as love, and you have a strong, healthy relationship and an attachment to that, I don't know that you can go really wrong. I really
Yes.
don't.
Well, originally I wanted to comment on this before. I myself, like, while I'm suffering with my alcohol problems, conceived alcohol problems, because when it does lead to guilt and shame, it is a problem. Like, if I'm like, I wake up the next day and I'm like, oh, that, like, I shouldn't have fucking done that. Well,
Yep.
I probably would have done it anyways, with or without the alcohol. But like, at least I'm like, I can make note of it and not do it again. But the problem with like, personal relationship to the truth, truth or cop here, hello. You can use the truth in a way that isn't actually reaching people, and you can hurt people with the truth, or you can build them up. And like, if your truth and your alignment with God isn't actually connecting with other people and building them up, then it is harmful. Because, like,
But
I would argue.
yeah, okay. If that's the case, if that's the example you gave, isn't it the same thing that if somebody else is not religious, is not devoted to God, and just does anything in life, wouldn't that also be hurtful to life as well?
Please
Yeah,
expand.
no, I think that makes sense because,
Yeah,
like,
go ahead.
I drink, and because I drink, I need a drinking buddy, right? So you should drink too.
Yep.
Oh, you are so deep in whatever it is that you're doing that you gotta bring somebody else into it, so that way you're
Correct.
not alone.
Yeah. So if you compare that trackable and trackable to say devoted to God, not to religion, like Jack said, to God, how could that be harmful?
If you're ignoring the rest of life, I could understand what he's saying. If that's all you're doing and you're not participating in the rest of the life.
Okay. Let's just say, I'll give you another example, Chuck. Let's just say me and Jack are totally devoted to God and we don't do nothing at all but, study the Bible, Quran, whatever religion it is, right? Are we
Right.
doing better for society than alcoholic, porn addicts, and drugs, or are we
Just
doing
because
worse?
just because you read the Bible and you dedicate the Bible doesn't necessarily mean that behavior.
That's not my
other
point. My
than the
point
Bible,
was,
is that not your
which one's
point?
worse? Which one's worse to society? Being
I
an
don't think
alcoholic,
it. I
porn
don't
addict?
think it makes a difference what's worth or something. If it's
Can I
had a
give it a quick
negative
go at
effect
it?
on your
I
life,
want to give it a quick
Go
go
ahead.
at it.
It does make a difference. Go ahead.
I mean,
no.
I think overall, my perspective, and I don't know if this is completely accurate, but I think you can get drunk and make babies, but if you become a monk or whatever and you just dedicate your life to a Bible and you don't procreate, I would say that's more detrimental to society in general. So
What?
This truth or cock guy who spoke earlier on.
Jack
This
doesn't
truth.
agree.
I caught it, Mitch.
Sorry,
I
mate.
caught it.
I see what Mitch is saying.
Can I just this truth or
But
cock?
okay, hold on, Mitch. I'm sorry,
What
real
is-
quick, because I got a good
Go
example
on.
for Mitch. If that's the case,
Go on.
for Islam, for example, in Islam religion, if you make more babies, that's the procreation, so they have more babies. It has nothing to do with alcohol. So that example won't relate.
No, I'm answering your hypothetical. Which one's better or worse? I'm saying alcohol is better because you can still make babies or whatever if you just dedicate your life to a book and you don't, go out and live life and make a family or whatever. you know, if you have a few drinks,
Well,
go to the
With all
Jack,
due
bar.
I see you
respect to
disagreeing,
disagreeing,
and
that's
Mitch,
it.
I'm only
Jack, go
interrupting
ahead.
because
Yeah.
Jack is disagreeing. If you're a
Truth or
monk in a
cop?
monastery
Well,
and you
truth
don't
or cop?
engage with people directly,
Hold on.
like
Let's
what
hear
Yeah,
difference
Jack,
life,
does it
please.
make?
my just to sum up my
Let's
point is
hear
life
Jack,
wouldn't
please.
continue if you didn't make babies, and so I would say that's why I'm saying it that way.
Okay,
I just
Jack,
want to say
please
truth.
chime in. Please let Jack chime in. I really want to see what Jack's got to say.
T-Rain, stop telling Jack what to do, dude. It's like every 5 seconds. It's like,
No, because you guys, here's one thing I don't like about you to the cop is I see the screen, I making sure Jack is speaking. It's like when you guys get into the subject,
hey,
like
you
we're
said
fighting
it
for
every
airtime.
5 minutes, though.
Because
Like every
you
5
don't give
minutes,
him
it's
a
like you're
chance
just
to
fucking up.
speak, truth or cop. You
Gentlemen,
don't give him a chance to
gentlemen.
speak. Go ahead.
With all due respect, I think
Jack's
truth
a
or cop has
grown man.
been.
He can handle himself, T-Rains.
Truth or
Sometimes
cop
he's
has
too
been.
nice. That's why I jump in. But go ahead, Jack.
I agree.
Stinky, please. What were you
I
going to
think
say?
Truth or Cop is the only person that's actually gone there and told the truth. He's the only one I can resonate with. When he turns around and he says the guilt, you know, the hardship, the shit you feel in the morning when you wake up after having a drink and you feel.
All right.
really
Actually,
bad.
Stinky, please pause.
Mhm.
I thought you were going to reflect on something that Tarek and Truther were discussing in the immediacy, right?
Oh, right. In that second.
The immediacy was trying to get Jack back into the conversation. I
Okay.
don't know if you saw that.
It's your conversation. No, sorry.
I know it is. I know it
had
is.
something in my mind.
I know.
I was keeping for a while, and I kept
Right.
it and kept it and kept it. I do apologize, Jack, and you're right. You are right. You need to come in here and mediate with these people who seem to not understand a conversation, how one works.
Well, unfortunately, that is true. And thank you. I understand what you were saying. But Truther, what you didn't see you were doing, what you called Tarek out. Yeah, he keeps trying to bring me into the conversation, and I actually appreciate it. But as soon as he did, you jumped in to push me back to call him out.
Because he's done it like 5 times tonight. Like,
right. I actually appreciate trying to be included in the conversation.
you don't have to try, Jack. It's your show, man.
Right. And I shouldn't have to force myself. But every time I
Exactly.
try, it doesn't work.
Fuck off, Jack. He's coming here to rub your ego and turn around and say,
hold on. No, hold on, Stinky. Here's one thing you can't say. Me and Jack don't agree on a lot of things, and he knows that. I still respect this panel. And what I was trying to say to Truth or Cop, we're going on an hour and a half. Usually, Jack, you guys get him pissed off about 45 minutes in, and he gets in a bad mood. Right now, he has not been in a bad mood at all because I'm trying to give it back to him. That's what you guys do every single day on this panel. You don't allow him to talk because he's too kind.
Well,
you're not letting him talk now.
I can understand where Truther's coming from. Basically, who died and left you Jack's keeper? I can see what Truther Cop's saying.
All right, go ahead, Jack. I
know.
Stopped. Go
How
ahead.
about this, Chuck? Since I've said it several times, can you try and see it from my position, Chuck? You're capable of seeing Truther's side, so are you capable of seeing mine, Chuck? So far, I haven't witnessed it.
Yes, I am.
And what is my side, Chuck? What did I say?
You said you couldn't get in, or you were
right.
But why are you relying upon Tarek to get you in? All you got to do is speak up.
Chuck, bullshit. I'm not relying on Tarek, and all I have to do is speak up. Bullshit. You guys continually cut me off. Now, I've been trying to figure out how do I navigate with this as a man of God, trying to maintain my own panel, right? So when people show up and they don't show me respect, what is my option, Chuck? Be a dick to you? I mean, I guess that's what I'm doing now. I've kind of resorted back to this tone of talking down to people because I'm being disrespected again, Chuck.
Mr. Talcott.
Yep.
Can we all take a breath?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having this conversation. I appreciate where it's headed. Like, I do. It's hard to navigate for me too. It's hard for each of us, dude.
Here, we've got someone in the back, and they weren't cammed up, so I wasn't sure. Let me see what's going on. God's soldier. Welcome
What's
to you.
up, man? Hey, man, thanks for having me up. I just
Appreciate
found
it.
your channel the other day, man. And good conversation you guys are having tonight, too, by the way. Do y'all believe the Bible? Do y'all believe in Jesus? What's going on over here?
It's mixed, I believe. I know that I do. How about yourself?
Yeah,
Where you
man.
coming?
If I had to pick one, I'd be like a Baptist. All right, yeah. Yeah, I turned my camera off at backstage because most people on here have their camera off, so I just turned mine off too.
All right, and that's fine. I didn't recognize the name, and I've had people coming up and.
Yeah, I'm brand new. That's why I turned my camera back on, because I'm brand new, and that way you can see my face and I ain't gonna do nothing messed up to you.
Thank you.
I like
Thank
having fun too. When you guys were arguing just now, I was like, "Yeah, get him, yeah." You know what I mean? I was like, "Yeah, don't take that shit."
No, we all love each other here. I'm sorry, I know your name. I don't know your name, God's soldier. It's
No,
just
we're good,
sometimes,
man. Yeah.
just fighting for air, maybe some respect things indirectly. That's all.
Yeah, it happens. It happens, man. That's what makes it fun, though. I mean,
Well,
it ain't fun for you guys if you love each other, but it makes it fun for the people watching.
I guess it does. And
Yeah.
there is certainly a reason that people tune in. And it's not just me, it's because of everyone who joins. And we do have some pretty good conversations here.
It's for the disagreements make it a little bit more fun,
I
A little
know.
spice.
especially when you're passionate about your disagreement, you know what I mean? Because then you get a little more animated and But I appreciate you guys having. I just wanted to ask the question, like, because I was like, do they believe the Bible or not? I was like, what's going on here? You know what I mean?
Well,
So
the topic today, the stream title, benefiting from meditation and prayer. And you said you just kind of found me. My path, the live without fear, is inspired by Jesus, truthfully, right? And the Bible. So I'm definitely growing in that path. I didn't grow up with the Bible. I didn't grow up with church.
Same.
But by God's grace, I found my way to the way taught by Jesus. And I know that to be the only way to live.
Right. But how do we know about Jesus? Through the Bible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the Bible tells me so. You know what I mean? As a little kid.
That's one way, right?
The Bible confirmed.
No, man, I'm saying the Bible is the word of God. I'm saying the Bible is how we know. I'm saying the Bible, like Jesus says, you don't need nobody, you don't need no teacher, for I'm your teacher. He said that in the Gospels. You know what I mean? And all you got to do is pray, Lord, teach me as I read these Bible. Teach me what you want me to know. Tell me what you want me to know. That's because I wouldn't know who Jesus was without the Bible. You see what I'm saying?
But that's not true, though. That's not true, soldier.
But Jesus said that he is, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was
Mhm.
with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh. So
I agree.
what is the Word? The Word is the Bible. What's the Word?
But
The Word is God.
hold on 1 second. Just 1 second. What's the question for you?
I'm not saying the Bible's God. All
No, I
right?
understand that. And my question to you is: the Bible was written way after Jesus' time, correct?
No. I mean, yeah, I already had the Old Testament. That's all about Jesus.
I know, but it was written way after his death, or whatever you believe in, and
All
that
right,
was
go
written
ahead.
by a man. A man. So I'm saying it's not the only way. That's what I was always pressing on. That's not the only way.
Well, the Bible it says it was written by the Holy Ghost. You know what I mean?
Well, true, it was, but the Holy Ghost.
That's what I believe. It's written by the Holy Ghost, by holy men of God, basically.
The
I
Bible.
think it's perfect and without error.
Sounds to
all
me
that.
like you worship a book.
No, I don't worship a book. I'm just
Thank
saying.
you,
Are you
Jack.
sure?
That was thank you.
No, what I'm saying is that's why we have the Bible, and
Well,
it's the number one book in the whole world, and has been for a long
I know.
time. And
I know.
because God's saying this, He's like, look, here's what I'm telling you, all of us. Here, read it for yourself, and don't
Right.
listen to nobody unless they're saying what this is saying.
Yeah, that's
You know
what
what I
the
mean?
churches teach.
That's what I believe. That way, you don't need
Right.
nobody to teach you
Mhm.
nothing. I'm
Okay.
telling you what I'm saying.
All right.
That's why I think
Are you?
English, just like the Romans paved the road throughout Israel to give Jesus an
Mhm.
easy path to walk from town to town.
Okay.
God made English the number one language, and
Wow.
He has the most Bible written. You know what I mean? In the basic language. I don't care
Okay.
if it was Chinese language or Spanish. I don't care about English, Spanish, or Chinese. I'm just saying we have the Bible. Everybody knows English.
Okay.
And you got the King James number one. Boom.
Okay.
Hey, you're saying a lot, and I don't know what you're saying or why you're saying it, dude. To be honest.
Well, because you guys are like not really like
You seem to
the
be having
Bible like as the authority of your beliefs.
right. And
That's all.
I've
Yeah,
tried.
that's why. That's it.
Okay.
Sorry. I
Well,
apologize.
no, I appreciate it, and you certainly hold the Bible in high regard. Okay, I hold the wisdom in high regard, but not the book. Okay, books were written by men, the languages were interpreted by men. God is beyond the words. God is the provider of the words, and the provider of the words is with you. It is with me. My experience with the Bible, it's kind of what God's soldier was saying, is there is a perfection to the book, to the way that it has been passed down to us. And if you read the book with the Holy Spirit, the words will speak to you, right? The words will speak to your heart, and you'll know what is meant. You'll know what Jesus meant. But if you read it just from the mind, you read it from the worldly ways, you'll find the worldly ways. Reasons to exploit, reasons to go to war.
Jack, exactly what I was trying to relate to him is he doesn't know I'm a Muslim, right? Even though I don't practice Muslim like everybody else for TML. If I was just to follow the Quran and just say every word in it is correct, just like say Jack believes in the Bible as a Christian or whatever, and believe every word is correct, I'll be literally worshiping the churches and the mosques, not the word of God. That's what I'm saying. It's not all about the Bible or the Quran or anything else.
No. And please, I certainly don't mean any disrespect. Okay. God soldier,
No, you're
I
good.
don't
No, everybody's good. I don't want to disrespect either. You know what I mean?
appreciate
We're gonna
that.
have fun and talk smack, then that's cool. But otherwise, you know, what I mean, I can have a decent conversation with y'all too.
No, I do appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, man. I was kind of like, that's why I got on here, because I was like, man, I just want to ask them what this channel is, because I was kind of like, it don't seem like these guys believe the Bible, but yet they're talking about God stuff. I'm like, you got to have
Well, I'm
an
glad-
authority. You got to have an
Yeah.
authority somewhere. So,
Well-
like for me, the Holy Bible is the authority, and the Quran is not. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
hold up. I got a question for you, though, soldier. Your authority as a Christian, where does it go to? Say you're a Protestant or Orthodox, where does it really go to?
Mine's okay. Bottom line is this for me. I'm going to from all the knowledge that I have from reading the Bible for myself, and if somebody or preachers or pastors or whoever is ahead of me, and I feel as though they're wrong and I'm right, I'm going to go my way.
Okay, so that means you're not really following the
I'm
Bible.
not saying I'm going my way. I'm going the Bible, what I believe the Bible's saying.
I wasn't
That's
trying to
what I
attack
mean
you.
to say.
I'm sorry. I was just saying,
Yeah.
if I'm correct, in the Bible it says, for example, that Jesus left authority with the church. Correct?
No, I don't believe that.
That's in the Bible. If I'm not
No.
wrong, go ahead,
No,
Jack.
dude. All right. Number one, he had 12 disciples, right? But I think in the Gospel of Luke, he sent out 72. He has 72 disciples. You don't hear about the rest of them. You know what I mean, dude? You had, and there was no churches back then. You just had people going from door to door, house to house, telling people about Jesus. You know what I mean? Son of
Yeah.
God came here in the flesh to die for
There,
us. You know what I mean?
there is words from the writing of Paul, I think, is where it came, that the churches use the writing of Paul to find the doctrine and the idea of passing down the priesthoods. But
Paul set up. Paul went from town to town and set up bishops and preachers. Paul set that shit up and then left to another place. That's why he wrote Timothy. That's why he wrote Titus. He wrote them because they're the elders of churches. You know what I mean? Corinthians, for 2 Corinthians, that was written to the church. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
God's soldier.
Why ain't those fathers then? How come they're not Catholic fathers? I'm not on Catholic. I don't believe in Catholicism. I don't believe Catholics are saved. I don't think Catholics are going to heaven. You know what I mean?
I got you. Could you just do me one favor if you can, please? I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Like, allow me or anybody else to finish their sentence before you interrupt, because Jack was speaking.
Yeah. Apologize, my bad.
Please, thank you. And actually, guys, I don't mean to do this. It's kind of an awkward time, but the conversations have been flowing pretty well, and I do genuinely appreciate all of you. But I feel like it's time to wrap up.
I got to run anyway, Jack. So I'll take the first leave. If nobody's told you guys that they've loved you today, I love you.
I love you too, Chuck. And I'll take the second leave, Jack. Thank you for letting me be up here. Thank you for Soldier to come here also share his insight. And he doesn't know us, but if you don't take anything personally, we're not like that here.
No, you shouldn't run off though. You shouldn't run off because I'm up. Because it's just starting to get It's starting to get good, man.
No, I'm respecting Jack's time. He's probably has something to do, so I respect that. But come here tomorrow. Jack's here live, whatever, 5-6 times a day. Thank you, Jack.
All right.
Much love,
thank you, Jack. Yeah, thank you, man. Hey, thank you, my Muslim brother.
Yes.
Hey, man, thanks for having me up here, man. I appreciate you. That was nice. I mean, you didn't have to, and you did. So, shout out to you.
Hey, God Soldier,
questions.
Thank you for swinging through, and I do hope you will return again. The topics I really love to discuss are God, Jesus, meditation, prayer, consciousness, spirituality. Those are the things that really get me excited. So
yes, sir, man. I'll come back for sure, man, because I love talking about God and like apologetics was something that I loved and was big into.
Much love. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me up, man. You guys have a good night.
You too. Peace, brother. And Mitch.
Thanks for having me up. Sorry, I cut you off. My bad.
That's all right. Thank you to you. You got anything you want to get out?
No, I just want to say thanks for having me up, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Hey, and you are looking cute today, Mitchell. Blessings to everyone who joined sincerely. The idea in the beginning, the topic today, the benefiting from meditation and prayer. If you missed some of the observations, please feel free to check it out in the beginning. If you can just trust, think it through, and accept the fact that meditation and prayer are good for you. And then even if you don't know the right way to do it, if you just try it out, you'll find it, right? Because that spirit that's within you, that Holy Spirit of goodness that God has given to you, it's there to teach you. It's there to lead you, but only if you pay attention and you listen to it. That's the way it worked for me, at least. And brothers and sisters, I am going to, for those who are willing, we are going to hop over to our friend Modern Men Lost Again. He joined us earlier today. And if you do forward over for the raid, I will invite you to share some love, share some support. Let me do this. Doggone it. I'm not the smoothest at this production thing, but I'm figuring it out. Brothers and sisters, sincerely from me to you, thank you again. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless us all. Peace.